Hello, how's it going?
Hey Alyssa, how's it going?
Good, good, good. Let's see. I'm gonna post in our group really quick.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I added everybody, but I'll keep an eye out as I'm demoing there and add
Yeah,
any stragglers.
perfect.
Okay.
Perfect, perfect. Okay, and then yeah, this is already in there. Awesome. Well, I will quickly introduce myself and then I'll hand it over to Ryan. If you guys don't know me, my name is Alyssa Ciera, and we have the group Advisory Accountants and Bookkeepers Network. And recently we have really worked on adopting Keeper into our firm and making things just so much smoother. There's some features that I really, really love about it. Um, and I figured why not share the wealth and share how we've really been able to streamline things. And so if you guys have been catching my emails and my posts, I've shared a little bit of the benefits of why we adopted Keeper and why we chose to go with them over, putting things in Monday or putting things in Asana. And so I asked Keeper if they would be willing to do a demo for some people in our audience, something that can be recorded, something that people can learn from and see if it would help your firms. So we want to get started with a quick question. For those of you who are in here, can you first let me know, number one, are you familiar with Keeper? Or do you use it, or have you considered using it? Um, and then what's like your favorite feature? Do that as well. I would love to see. If you're using it, what's your favorite feature? If you don't know anything about Keeper, can you put like a zero? No, nothing about it. Barely heard of it. Um, Perfect. Okay, so we have some people who are like, I have no idea
No, acá la
what this
cámara
is.
puesta. Ah, ok, igual.
Oh, and if everyone can do me a huge favor and keep yourselves muted, that would be excellent. Um, awesome. Okay. All right. Great feedback, and hopefully that helps our keeper team here, Ryan. And then using it for 18 months. Perfect. I'm newer to the keeper fam. Signed up for it, but have yet to put it to use. Well, hopefully after this demonstration, you guys will be able to put it to use. So what I'm going to let Ryan do, I'm going to let him take the reins, do kind of a keeper demonstration. Thank you so much, Ryan, for doing this for us and doing this for the Advisory Accountant and Bookkeepers Network. I know I really appreciate it. I'm sure these guys are going to appreciate it as well. And I may raise my hand and interrupt you if I'm like, oh my gosh, I love this. Can you show them this? And so I might do that, but for the most part, I'll let you kind of do your thing if that works for you.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, it sounds like a plan. Thank you so much.
All right.
Hey everybody, I'm Ryan. I'm one of the account executives over here at Keeper. I've been working here for about 2 years now. And yeah, just to give everyone just like a quick overview on what we do. We're essentially a software that helps try to streamline all your bookkeeping process on one app. And we'll do that in four main ways. So we have a task management section, we have a financial review section, so we integrate directly with QuickBooks Online and Zeros, and we can help with doing financials, transactional review, so making sure everything's getting coded correctly. And then the last piece is our client communication. So we'll have a secure any access client portal here, And then I also have Sean here, who's one of our customer success managers. So if for some reason I don't know a question, he'll be able to help answer questions here as well. But yeah, I'll go ahead and share my screen here and give you guys the grand tour of Keeper there. And then is everyone able to see my screen here? Okay, awesome. So essentially what we're looking at here is the month-end close page. So right now we're looking at one of our clients, 1801 brands for the March close here. And essentially we'll break this down into two different sections here. So you'll have your custom task section and then all the items for the month-end close. So if we go into this custom task section, you are able to add in however many sections you need here. So you can have like a general section, a payroll section. The nice thing here is you are able to drill into these specific items, essentially write out the workflow on how to go about doing that certain task, as well as having these clickable links here. So you easily go to that website, handle what you need to handle. And then you can also assign things to different team members from this section. So if you have someone dedicated to doing payroll, account recs, anything like that, you are able to assign that team member here, as well as change the frequency to any of these items. So right now we have biweekly payroll repeating every 2 weeks on Friday, but you are able to get very specific with how you like to set up these frequencies here. And then we'll also have a internal communication tool where you are able to tag your team members. They'll get notified on which client you're talking about, as well as which specific task associated with that client there. So that'll be our custom task section. And now we'll go to the items for the month-end close, which starts with our pre-close section. The biggest difference here is all these items will be set to a monthly recurring basis. So every like 11th, 17th of the month, these items will be due. But same thing here, you'll have your task, your checklist, your clickable links, and then you're also able to add in sign-offs here. So if you need someone to sign off before another person does their task, you are able to add in sign-offs here as well. And now we'll go to that account reconciliation piece. So here, you'll still need to do the reconciliation on, let's say, QBO, but instead of going to each client, scrolling through the different accounts, seeing if you have done the reconciliation, you'll essentially use this as a checklist. So you'll do the reconciliation on QBO, hop over here, check it off that you have done it for the month, and then you are able to include that reconciliation report. So if you did want to keep track of your work, anything like that, you are able to uh, input that reconciliation report here. And now we'll go to that transaction review, which is a lot of bookkeepers and CPAs' favorite part about Keeper. And that will start with our expense and consistency report. So what this report does is it'll essentially flag any transaction that has been coded incorrectly to where it's been coded to in the past. So for example, Facebook has been coded to advertising and marketing 100% of the time. For some reason, it got coded to cost of goods sold. So all you would need to do here is click in this box, make that change, and then when this turns green, that means it's automatically got pushed back into QBO or 0 and made the change there as well. And then same thing with our transactions without pays report. This report will essentially flag any transaction that does not have a vendor pay assigned to them. But the nice thing with Keeper is you are able to bulk edit transactions. So you'd be able to select all four of those as simple models, enter in a simple model for that vendor. Or if you don't have the vendor, you are able to create one directly through Keeper, and then all that info would get pushed back into QBO there for you. And then we'll also have this nice uncategorized transactions report. Here you are able to add in any holding account you'd like. So if you have like a Ask the Client holding account, any others. And then all you'll need to do here is click on this Ask Client button. where we would ask the client, like, what is this for? Add it to the client portal. The nice thing here is we won't send them an email every time you have a question. So you are able to add in all those questions to that portal. And then when you are ready to notify the client, you'll click on this message client button where we'll go ahead and send over an email saying, hey, you have new questions in your client portal with their specific link. But the nice thing with our client portals, there's no username or password the client needs to remember. It's all through this magic link. So they essentially click this link once, it'll get associated with their email. And then anytime they click that link moving forward, they will instantly be logged into this client portal here. And then you are able to completely custom brand this. So you can have like your firm name, your logo in the top left-hand corner, change the colors to fit your website colors. And then the URL will also change to your practice name here. And then all your clients will need to do is click on this transaction question section where they'll be able to view a list of all the transactions you've asked to them. They'll be able to enter in their response here, as well as upload any files they might need to here as well. And then you and other team members can see all this client communication in this client question tab here, where you'll be able to view a list of all the transactions you have asked to that client. You'll be able to see their response here, and then you can easily click in this box, make that change, and then all that info will get pushed back into QBO or Xero there for you. And then we're also able to enable like email or text reminders here as well. And then some other reports we'll have are like transactions greater than a certain dollar threshold, expenses and bills without attachments greater than a certain dollar threshold, transactions without location, class inconsistency, transactions without class here. And then we'll also have this nice handy tool, which is our Prepare 1099s tool. Essentially, what this will do is it'll gather all those vendors that meet that 1099 threshold, excluding credit card spend. But the nice thing with Keeper is you are able to ask the vendor on behalf of the client. So you'd be able to click on this Ask Vendor button, where we'll go ahead and send over an email saying, hey, can you please upload or fill your W-9? You are able to CC the client on that email there. And then we'll send them over to this website link here, where they could either drag and drop a W-9 or fill out a brand new W-9 on this website here. And then you'll be able to see all those W-9s completed in this file section here, where you could upload the W-9 directly into that vendor, as well as export this to like a track 1099, a tax 1099, or to a CSV option here as well. And now we'll go to that final review, which starts with our P&L. So we do give you the ability to drill into these different expense accounts, see the vendor associated with that spend, and then you are able to drill into that vendor, bulk edit, make any last minute changes you might need to here. And then we'll also have your balance sheets, statement of cash flows, and then the last section will be preparing and sharing the financials with the client, which will take us to our reporting tool here, where we'll give you this nice cover page where you are able to upload your client logo, upload your practice logo here. We'll give you a table of contents, as well as this nice executive summary that'll give your clients a high-level overview of how the business is doing for the month. And then we'll also have your standard cast of characters, your P&Ls, your balance sheets, statement of cash flows, and then we'll have this metric section, which will give your clients just high-level visuals of whatever you like them to see for that specific month. And then when you are completed with these financials, you can easily print them out, email it, add it to the portal, if you do add it to the portal, you'll be able to see all those financials under this section here, where you can view the financials directly on Keeper. Your clients can download them, print them, do whatever they like to do with those financials on their end there. And now we'll go to this client dashboard here. Here you'll be able to get a bird's eye view of all your clients in one spot. You are able to include, let's say, a preparer, reviewer, manager role here, as well as get a nice overview of where you are on all your clients. So maybe you want to go into that account reconciliation section. You see you have one more account to reconcile for the month. Maybe go into that pre-close section. So you still have one more item in that pre-close to go over. And then you are able to add or remove whatever columns you'd like to with this button here. So if you wanted to include like any properties to keep track of for your clients, maybe you have like service
Cool.
tier options, do payroll for your clients, sales tax, anything like that. And then you could filter this dashboard, save different views, and then look at clients with whatever specific parameters you're looking for. So maybe you just want to look at your gold tier clients, clients you do payroll for, or that default view of all your clients in one spot here. And then we'll also have a time tracking piece of Keeper where you are able to track your work by specific client, by specific work streams, indicate if the work is billable or not. And then you are able to allocate different budgets to your clients and see how long it's taking you and the team on average to complete the month-end close compared to the budget allocated here, as well as put in different rates for your clients and see the profitability for the month here as well. And then the last part of Keeper here is our Keeper emails feature. So here you are able to integrate your Gmail or Outlook directly onto Keeper. The nice thing here is you are able to tag team members on a specific email. They won't be able to see all your emails, just the email you tag them in. And then you're also able to add a task or create a task directly from this view here. So maybe this email needs to go to 1801 brands. It relates to their payroll. You could easily create that task, select a due date, select a team member. And then if we do go to that specific client here, you could easily see the task you just created, as well as reference that email directly from this task view as well. But yeah, that's essentially the grand tour of Keeper there. Was there like any questions I could help answer for you guys? Anything like that there?
One thing I would love to share, if you don't mind, if I share my screen, I was going to share one of the templates that we created. And so just walk through how we created the template, because the templates that we start with from you guys is great, but we have some templates that we created that we're working on making public as well. So when you bring in a client, the first thing that happens is you apply basically this custom template to them. So each client has the tasks. So you don't have to start everything from scratch, which is really nice because we were kind of doing that in another system where it was like every time you brought in a client, you had to go apply all of these specific tasks to them. And so for this, you just click apply to clients. And even if you want to apply it to a new one, you would, or a current one, and override your current task. It's nice because you do have the ability to override your current template. So I could just apply this to all of my clients. I'm not going to do that, obviously. But some of the changes that we made that I think are really helpful is just like almost onboarding features, like edit the statement section. And so, make sure everything is there, almost like a little SOP for each time you have to pull statements with nuanced information. And so we added a new section called the statement section where we have all the statements that need to be pulled. The reason that we have this separate from the account reconciliation for us is because we have one team member, Alexis, that pulls the statements. What she does is a little different from what Ryan showed you. So when she pulls the statements, she actually goes to the account reconciliation and then attaches the statement to that account. So when the bookkeeper goes to actually do the reconciliation, she would mark it ready and it would be the statement would be there. And so that's one of the ways that we have really customized some of these things. Trying to think. I also added in this code bank feeds weekly because I want all of our stuff touched on a weekly basis. I don't want to go into one of my clients to talk to them about their profitability this week and be like, well, I have nothing in there done for May, so I can only talk to you about April. So for me, that's really important. What else do I have in here? And so all of these, just some of the same things, transactions without payees, duplicated vendors and customers, and then bringing in the reports as well. And so this is already a public. So we have this already as public, which, so if you have it, you can actually find it. It's Ciera & Co. updated template is what it's called. And so you can just go to this and you'd be able to see ours. And you could always edit this before you go apply it to all of your clients as well. The other template that we haven't shared yet, but I can share it like probably today, is this client onboarding. So one of the things that we have is like 90-day review and send financials. This automatically will go into the general section, set up bank feeds. If they file sales tax, get that information, send client email via portal. And so whoever is in charge of all of these things. And then we also have non-transaction questions. This is where this onboarding feature for me is really cool. So when a client comes in, they're automatically introduced to the fact that they're going to work it with us in a client portal. So it's one of our first emails that go out, and we ask them all of the questions that we need to get responses to and include like YouTube videos to help them with the onboarding process. So we don't have to do all of this lengthy stuff. And we're putting it in a secure place. So they're sending everything to us here. And even if they didn't finish filling out anything, we could do it on a client on onboarding call if necessary. So just having the questions right in the portal so we can get started, we can hook up what we need to. And then again, you can apply this to clients. And what I'm going to do is I will actually put it in the community right now for you guys. So I'm going to stop sharing, but anything to add to that, Ryan, what I just said?
Yeah, I'd say community templates are like utilizing the template features a huge plus just because it does reduce like the onboarding time on getting clients onboarded to Keeper there. So I'd say, yeah, utilizing templates definitely helps just getting you fully set up on Keeper. Sean, do you think there's anything else to add or anything I missed that you might think we should highlight for them?
No, you did a great job summarizing things. Just in case there are questions, I'm sure we'll have some neat answers. Keeper can do a lot of things, by the way, much more than we could show off in 30 minutes here.
Yeah, was there any questions we could help answer for anybody, anything like that?
This is Lacey. I actually have a question. I have been using Keeper for about 1.5 years now. And one thing I haven't put in Keeper that I want to is statements on liability accounts. So I need to see the statements on a monthly basis for like a car loan so that I can split the principal and interest. What would make the most sense as to where in Keeper I would want to add that task?
Yeah, Sean, do you want to tackle that one?
Yeah, I suggest putting it in the account reconciliation section. So just add your loan account to that sort of area. If you don't mind just clicking into a client, Ryan.
Yeah.
And then scrolling down a little bit to that rec section there. So typically we see bank accounts and credit card accounts here, but definitely recommend adding loan accounts in. Also things like undeposited funds or clearing accounts, perhaps, that you just want to see $0 in at the end of the month. Just kind of nice visibility. So yeah, definitely recommend the loan accounts as well.
Thank you.
Attach your supporting documentation and all that.
Yeah, is there any other questions on any of the features, anything like that we could help answer for you guys there?
I will add one thing. This is Lacey again. Sorry. I will add that, like I said, I've been using Keeper for a year and a half now. And when I am talking to a prospective client, they seem to really be impressed with the expense consistency feature. And I like to use myself and my own bookkeeping as an example. Let's say, I pay Adobe $13.90, and in 1 month I categorize that as office expense. And then the next month I try to categorize it as software and apps. That's where it will tell me I'm not being consistent. And when I give that example to prospective clients, they seem to be really impressed that it's going to increase the consistency of how we do their bookkeeping. And, especially if you have team members that might do 1 month but not the next, this is going to catch those inconsistencies. So feel free to mention that when you're talking to a prospective client, because it seems to have made an impact on some of my conversations.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, it's great to hear. And then, yeah, Tom, I saw your message there. So you are able to add in clients that are on desktop. You just wouldn't be able to use like the integration features. They are free of charge though. You'll be able to use like the task management for those desktop clients. You'll still have the client portal for them, as well as have them in that client dashboard here as well. Okay, awesome. Yeah, Alyssa, did you have anything else you wanted to add? Anything like that there?
No, sorry about that. My child's nurse just called from school. So I'm like, oh my goodness. But my child is fine. He just got hit in the face with a football, apparently.
Oh no.
So um, I don't have anything else, but this was really great. I hope was helpful for everybody. I'm going to drop a link really quick for you guys if you are interested in learning more about Keeper, and if you want to be able to see how you can better adapt this to your company, and what's customizable. Number one, feel free to reach out to me, right? If you have any questions, I'd love to help you, love to support you. But if you guys are wanting to explore this more and explore your options as far as applying this for your firm, I do have a link there for the Keeper app if you guys want to take advantage of that. I'm trying to think. There's a question here that says, how do you copy the template? My button is grayed out. Ryan, was there something I did wrong with my template to make it so you can't copy it?
Sean, do you might know there?
It's the add to templates that's grayed out down at the bottom.
Just 1 second then.
So I can share my screen really quick. So if you were going to copy this, so here's my template, Ciera & Co., you would copy to firm. Is that what you're trying to? So is that grayed out for you?
No, copy to firm works. It's when I scroll down to the bottom and I tried changing the template name.
You scroll down to the bottom.
Oh, yeah, you can't see it. When you click the add to button, the purple button at the top, then it makes a copy of it.
Mhm.
And I changed the name of it just so that it was a little bit different. And I scrolled all the way down to the bottom where there's a button that says add to templates, but that's the button that's grayed out.
Do you have a template name in it, Penny? Like at the
Yeah.
very top of that screen?
Would you like me to type in a new one?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Maybe it's just like a duplicate name or something like this. And then let me know if that button pops up.
No, that didn't work.
Um, it's kind of tough to say. Penny, do you mind if I just shoot you a Zoom link and then we can hop on a quick call? I don't want to
Yeah,
make you share your whole
no,
screen with everyone here.
that would be fine. I just got so excited, Alyssa.
Yeah. Yeah, perfect.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
Okay. And was there any what is the cost structure? Great question. I think we're talking about for keeper. It's just $10 a client, which is freaking amazing. At least to me, it's worth so much more than that. Just the reporting features alone, the time I save on reviewing month end, reviewing the P&L. Oh, I have to really quick, I don't want those categorized here. I can categorize them right here. Okay, my reports are instantly updated. Keep reviewing. Flag something. Oh, your payroll cost is higher because you had 5 payroll periods. I can make that note. Go over to the publish section. Those notes are already there. I and I don't know. Hold on one second. I'm gonna share this, and then I'm sure all of us are just about ready to head out. But okay, so share my screen here. So I can look at my reports and I always, when I teach, so you guys know I teach a lot of like fractional CFO, like how to really operate as a CFO for your clients. I teach reviewing 3 months at a time. So that's already like that already happens here, which is great. So you're getting February, March, April. I'm primarily here to look at April, but in order to get a really great comparison, I want February and March to make sure that I'm consistent. And so some things I can do here. So this was a great example. Fixed owner's pay, we've corrected it. So my owner's pay wasn't in there for that specific month. And I was like, why didn't owner's pay come through? They were able to fix it for me, right? Another thing that you can look at, which I think is really cool, is let's like drill down on office supplies. So I can see all of the actual vendors that are in here right here. And I can be like, oh, why didn't we get charged for Fathom there? Or if you're missing an electricity bill, like you'll be able to see it. And then you can, one, add the footnote, which will go over to the published reports. Or if you're missing something and you want to ask your team about it, you can ask right here and say, hey, are we missing an electricity bill or was something missing? I love this feature. I also love the ability to not have to go to reclass. So let's just pretend that I wanted all of these QuickBooks fees changed. I could literally change them all right here. So set split, I need all of this QuickBooks stuff. I don't want it here anymore. I need it to merchant, right? They put my QuickBook fees to office supplies, but they're supposed to be merchant. So I could change this right here, merchant service fees, and change all of the transactions at once while I'm reviewing the reports. This is like there's a lot of my favorite features, but this is the biggest one because month-end close used to be such a pain in the butt because it was so manual. And those of you who are really like, if you want to offer better services and you want to notate reports, this is so important because what you end up doing is you pull this PDF report, then you have to notate it and ask your team to make changes, and then it comes back to you, and then you got to pull it again. Okay, now it's updated. Oh my gosh, now I found another error. I need this fixed, right? It was so manual and it was taking us so long. And I was reviewing the general ledger because I wanted to see under utilities what bills were all in my general ledger, and that was the best way to see it. And so now I don't have to do that. Like, oh my gosh, that alone has saved me thousands of dollars. Yeah, so that's per month. Yep. So $10 per client per month. So uh yeah, I think we have like 28 clients, so it's 280 a month. Um, it's amazing. I'm like, I will pay all day $10 per client just for this freaking feature. Just for this, honestly. This is the best thing, but it does so much more as far as task management, keeping profitability on our clients with those timers. And one of the questions I get a lot from people is, does everyone track their time? We have everyone track our time. So me, Alexis, all of our bookkeepers that work for us, tax preparer, staff accountant, we all do. And that is to make sure that we're properly allocating the right time to the clients. We're staying under budget, but also it helps us with actually being able to see, oh my gosh, so and so is working 7 to 8 hours every single day and then picking up overtime. Like, we really are at a place where we need to hire. Or this part-time bookkeeper is now full-time. We should start considering to hire that next part-time bookkeeper to help so and so. So just keeping that in mind, and being able to grow your team and not do it in a place where you're like, oh, now I realized I'm suddenly so busy. It really does help for growth. So, um, great stuff. Yeah. When onboarding, are they uploading docs? Yeah, we're using the doc storage as well. We found that to be the most secure and to keep everything consolidated in one place. So I think that would be the best way to go. So again, I'm gonna drop my link for those of you who are interested in learning more, want to move forward. And then you can go to that book a demo section right up at the top and just fill out a couple of questions up there. So how many clients do you have? First name, your company. And then, yeah, you guys can get started. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out, post them in the Facebook group. Keeper also has their own Facebook group. And so you guys can join that as well. All right. Well, Ryan, thank you so much. I have to get going because I got to go drive over to the school and get my kid. But this was great. I hope it was super helpful for everyone else. And yeah, reach out if anyone needs anything.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.